All
right, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, and Kakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations to the old for the elect that's doing the work in truth and sincerity, all right? Prophet lunch, man, all right? All right, that's on.
Hey, does it say it's going live on my channel? I don't have it to count. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna get this precept before you get this, then that way we can get into it. Because as the brother said, that we prophesied the downfall of Babylon.
That's right.
And that's the end goal, all right? To have Babylon be destroyed by Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. And as you can see through the economy, the global structure, everything about America is failing. All right, everybody now knows that the economy is shit. You know, even your Americans, you know, I believe in America, can see that America's failing. So let me wrote that in the society and everything, you know, and something that you work for. All right. So it says, even all these words that are written against Babylon. It says, and Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon, and shall see and shall read all these words, which is what we do. We read all the words that the Heavenly Father put into a book, you know, through his son Yahweh Shai. All right, we read everything that these scriptures tell us to read. All right, which is the whole book. All right. It says, then shalt thou say, O Lord, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but that it shall be desolate forever, which America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All right, that's the end goal. All right, that's the end all be all.
So after that, you know what I'm saying, after America get destroyed, it's going to be a big desert.
Right now, the Lord has the prophets. Kingdom is being brought down, and it's being shown through, you know, financial shutdown, lockdowns. Nobody's fearing. Esau's feared, but nobody's fearing them the way that they used to. Because if that was the case, the truth wouldn't be getting brought out. Now we're able to, you know, come out here. You know, like the scriptures say, we're righteous. The righteous are bold as a lion. That's right. You know, we're out here standing upon our feet. That puts great fear into Esau's eyes. All right, the elites. All right, but we're telling him that his whole system is failing, and we're watching it fail before our very eyes. Which his brother, you know, he's going to get into about the petrodollar being done away with. All right, but that's a huge hit to America. There's only two things that America really has power or say so over right now, which is oil and the dollar. All right, you take any of those two things away, man, you know, you're crippling America.
Right. That's one of their main exports is the dollar, because the demand for the dollar has been there because of the petrodollar. All countries had to trade. If they wanted oil, they had to go.
Just made a green light to trade oil in their own currency, you know, in other currencies. So, you know, that major event is coming, you know, and that's a major blow. The largest export.
Yep. Well, losing the power of the dollar and oil is trying to move to central bank and digital currency. So I was actually looking for an article on the central bank and digital currency because it actually gives you insight about America, you know, why they need to move to that. But when I looked up, America only has oil and dollar. Some of the first few videos is just talking about why the world doesn't need dollars for oil anymore. Saudi Arabia ditching the dollar, how it affects us. So, all right, but let me go and finish the scripture, and then we'll let you get into your stuff. But it said in verse 63, and it shall be when thou hast made an end of reading this book, and shall not rise. Sinking is a process. It takes time. All right, these are sinking moves. All right, Esau and his kingdom is still afloat a little bit. All right, that's why we're still here, but it's sinking. All right.
So it's slowly corrupting.
Right, it's slow. Yeah, it's well, another part. Another scripture that proves that is in Isaiah 14, when it says that the worm is spread under thee. It's decomposing.
Right.
All right.
Because of the you know, the infrastructure. The infrastructure is breaking, corroding in America.
The morality of the people, is corroding.
Yeah,
You know, that's another
mindset of the people fucked up.
Yeah, the trust in America is failing too.
Yeah.
You know, it's happening, man. It's nothing new. We always tell you that America's going to be destroyed, man. we're just watching the movie play out, and we're watching these certain moves that like, oh shit, that's how he was gonna do it. That's how he took this area of America out, or caused it to be more destroyed. So
yeah, and it said it shall not rise again, right? So they got that X's out that whole Build Back Better plan, or Make America Great Again.
Yep.
It's never gonna be great again. It never really was great for us, for the nation of Israel. All right.
But America won't be that global hegemon anymore.
Right.
Won't be the hegemon to the rest of the world. Like it was during the Roaring '60s. When America used to manufacture, imported to America. And America's the biggest consumer on the planet,
and China-led central bank digital currency project. So, and it's gonna go on and go into how they're ditching the U.S. dollar. It says, first paragraph says, London. First of all, the main goal of this new of the agenda of the elites is to transfer, because it ain't gonna just be the U.S. dollar to collapse. That's gonna really cause a ripple in the economic system throughout the earth. But all currencies in the earth is gonna ditch their currencies, and because I forget it, it's like another article that I came across. It's gearing towards that direction of digital currency, and that's what's that gonna lead to?
Yeah, kind of just to add to that, they have a website. It's called CBDC Tracker. How pretty much where the status is of getting to that goal of CBDC kind.
Right.
And that's a false balance, like Ahmad was going into. That's why all the currency is really an abomination to the Lord anyway.
Yeah. So whoever got I got you.
I just want to read one more paragraph.
Go ahead.
we got the article. So, but I was going to back up that BIS real quick.
Oh yeah.
Which is the it's a bank for international settlements. So Saudi Arabia joined a Switzerland-based bank for national settlements on Wednesday, but it's China central bank digital currencies for international trade as a
bank. International settlements on Wednesday will see Saudi Central Bank become a full participant in the project Mbridge, a collaboration launched in 2021 between the central banks of China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates.
The United Arab Emirates. So Dubai, for people to know what United Arab Emirates are, just think about Dubai when you hear UAE or United Arab Emirates.
Okay. It says roughly 135 countries and credit unions representing 98% of the global GDP are exploring central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. You see, and that's what I was alluding to earlier. The whole world is shifting towards this digital system, which is going to lead to the MARK of the beast, spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter. So those last prophecies of the chip being implemented in World War III, is all playing out before us, man. It says, but the new technologies they use make cross-border movement both technologically challenging and politically sensitive, which they gonna bypass all of those so-called sensitivities and whatnot, because this is something they got to push forward. I was watching in the World Economic Forum, one of their little meetings. They was talking about the urgency in which they got to go into this digital system. You see, but they got to have chaos happen first, though. Because that's the order. That's the order that's gonna come after the chaos of all these after all these economics break down. That's what's gonna, Anybody got something?
I was going to break down.
Yeah.
I got it. All right. It's the book of James, the 5th chapter, and the 1st verse. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men."
Start at 1. Come.
James 5:1. "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten."
Yeah, that's the system. And the whole monetary system is based off. I'll tell you brothers about mentioning it's a fraudulent system. they got what they call fractional reserve banking,
Yeah.
where in the banks they can take in a certain amount of money, and they can loan that money out. 90%. They can loan out the money that they got up to 90%. So most of the money that they loan out is essentially debt. You know. Yeah, exactly. So it's debt, you know. So they're loaning out debt, okay, which is employed to really enslave you. You see, you know, and then you got to pay back that debt
I'm about to say that.
with interest.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that's what's going on. And Esau, this is, you know, a sick, you know, his whole monetary system, like it says, it's marky.
It's marky.
All right, it's corrupted. Go ahead.
And you know what? And it's all set up. It's all set up by design for, you know, like we mentioned, the debt.
Yeah.
And plus, you know, you got the debt clock too. Because how many trillions of dollars that America 37 trillion in a hole? Yeah. Because, you know, elites losing power through currency, man. All right, go ahead.
All right. James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
Right, canker means to rust over. Okay? Because your money is rusty, man. So basically your dollar monetary system ain't no good.
Well, real quick, with this Saudi Arabia thing, with everything that's going on with Saudi Arabia, the potential dollar, this is going to affect you Americans.
Yeah.
It's going to cause higher inflation, higher interest rates,
Gas and oil prices going to go through the roof.
a weaker bond market. So it's just making it worse for y'all.
Yeah, and that's what when you flood the system with more money, essentially, that's what you're doing. You're forcing a tax. You're forcing the dollar the dollars that's already in circulation. They lose their value.
Well,
You see, and so this. Oh, go ahead. No, you can go. Yeah, so the whole system is corrupt and fraudulent. You know. Because you're not supposed, as the scriptures talk about, you know, the Lord deals with a fair balance, I'm sure. Did y'all bring that up? Okay. Well, yeah, man, the Lord deals with a fair balance. You know, a just weight.
there was a statistic that back in the 90s, families that were making $84,000 a month, or not a month, a year, back in the 90s, now have to make like $284,000 a year, something like that, something to 200 something thousands in that number, to basically live the same way that they lived back in the 90s. And if someone had a picture, another brother, I think the Rawala Yasharala, he put up a picture of the dollar and then a $10 bill. He says the new $1 bill, you know? And it's like, bro, I spent like $100 yesterday on like one item.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
And the system is so fraudulent. In order, if all the debt was paid, there would actually be no money in circulation.
Yeah.
You see? So all the money would go out of circulation. But now, you know, Esau, and that's why. Oh, keep reading, Slack. Keep reading that precept. I know we're doing a lot of talking.
James 5:3. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
Yeah, which it is. It is a witness against them. Go ahead.
And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
Right. So the elite, or the Lord is essentially reserving them for judgment. Okay. And what they're doing is what now, you know, especially with since 2020, they've been hoarding the rest of the world's wealth. You see, and flooding the system with all these dollars, and then you got all these different countries getting rid of the dollar, which the brother's just going into how that's going to deal a great blow to you Americans, to you Babylonians, to you Egyptians. All right? And so that's the Lord's work. Go ahead.
Right, they got to flood the system with the dollars because it's in high demand, because the countries of the world, they need oil in order to have that modern, you know, societies. So they got to go through the dollar, and that they just printed it out of nowhere. Because you had the gold standard back during the Nixon administration that they took away, that would have kept everything balanced. But Esau wanted to, you know, go outside of that so he can essentially.
It's all about profit. It's all about cheating the system.
Well,
Yeah.
it was
Capitalism.
with the agreement between Saudi Arabia and America. It was quote unquote win-win agreement because it allowed America to still have the upper hand as long as Saudi Arabia exchanged with the dollar. America would provide military support, this and that, protect them and everything. But now these countries too are realizing they don't need America. They don't need the dollar, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the dollar it's a burden to them. Go ahead.
Ugly too.
I got a precept.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more. James.
Oh, Salaki.
I did with that.
Verse 4. It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields."
That's the slave. That's your slaves. All right. Okay. Essentially, Esau that made the whole world slaves due to their central banking system. Okay.
Right.
So whenever you have a central bank in a country, that central bank is set up to enslave, to make the citizens or the world debt call it debtors.
Yeah.
All right, for lack of better words.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, they
And through that, through that debt, that's how they control populations.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just look at the documentary Professors of the Economic Hitman by John Perkins, and you'll see how they strategically use that, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, to go in and offer huge loans to countries that they knew they couldn't pay back. And then when they couldn't pay back, they would have to offer up certain resources and different things of that nature.
Assets. Yeah.
Assets, yep.
Yeah, that's how they did the Great Depression, the Social Security number and everything. It's essentially what they did to America.
Right. And that's why the scripture said it shall be a witness against you, because according to the scripture, you're not supposed to be using usury.
Yep.
Yeah,
That debt-based system is all about usury, to double up on your money.
Yeah, that's the shit Amalek came up with. Double up your pay, you gotta pay extra and all that shit. That's the shit Amalekites did.
Well, a good example of just a simple one, the pawn shops.
Yeah.
The interest rates with that. So,
And that goes back to greed, man.
yeah. You still got more?
Go ahead. It's a little bit more because it says kept back by fraud. Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth."
Right, crime. Why? Because nobody can really make a real gain in society. They tax you every which way. When you get your check, when you go out and buy, products, and this is a consumer nation.
Sales tax, income tax.
Sales tax, income tax. They tax you on the money that you're supposed to be getting anyway, and then towards the end of the year, they giving you do the tax return. All right, that's the money that you're supposed to be getting anyway.
Yeah, they tax that.
And they tax that.
Then they have gas taxes,
It's basically called capital gain.
When you put money in the bank, they tax you. You put money in the bank, they tax that money that you put in the bank.
Right.
Yeah.
They tax you at the ATM to get the money out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, check
They
this out.
charge you fucking they charge you fucking $3 to get $20 out the You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Get your own.
I was telling the brother. I gotta say it. I was telling the brother that I was literally thinking about this topic earlier in the week when I was at work, because if you look at when you register and you get your insurance for your car, there's a tax on there called a road fee.
Yep.
They charge you $2 to drive around the roads. I don't know if you ever noticed it. $2 every year, man. But it's shit like that, man.
Yeah, penny pinch. You're not supposed to do that, man. That's oppression.
I got the word for fraud. Because it literally says fraud means the wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain.
See, and that's what Esau is doing at the highest level.
What's called sharp practicing, which goes back to cunning. Who was cunning? Esau. Skillfully deceptive. All right, so it's by cheating, an imposter, or fake, a person or a thing intended to deceive others, typically by unjustifiably claiming or being accredited with accomplishments or qualities. So like with these central banks, one thing is that they'll tell you that we need to put one in there to help stabilize, the city or whatever. But the central banks have what? I think the government's control it, right? So, and then you've had talks of questioning the government of when does the government ever not weaponize something, you know, against the people? So,
And they do it, yeah. They essentially weaponize everything against the people.
yep.
You know, so now, you know, what life itself is being held back. We're being held back in life by this fraudulent system. So we can never, it's never really set for you to be free from the system. It's still perpetually enslavement. You see? And this is why, this is just part of the reason why, you know, they're gonna have to deal with the Lord's wrath with those flames, that flame that's about to come and eradicate the society.
Hey, Shalaki, bro, I got something for you real quick. This is an article that I typed up, Taxing in America, right? It says the United States uses progressive tax system, meaning taxpayers pay more incremental tax as they earn more income.
Yep.
Yeah, incremental.
tax.
And that's the ploy. That's them sneaking in increments. See?
Yep.
So these people in America, really, they don't understand that they're being, their life is being pretty much
Sucked out of it.
yeah. The life is being sucked out. They're being cheated. They're being cheated by their own leaders. Esau, but this is the way of Esau. This is Esau's establishment. You see, which is completely contrary to the scriptures. Usury. The scriptures talk about usury. The scriptures talk about a just weight. If you look at the dollar, the dollar ain't a just weight because they flood the system with other petrodollars. All right. You know, so each dollar is a debt, and that debt goes back to what? You owe that debt to the central bank.
It says this system aims to provide inherent tax benefits to lower income individuals and collect more taxes from higher income individuals.
See, but it's really, they tax the poor more than any fucking thing.
Yep.
You see?
Yeah.
And it's the elite class, all right, who get the tax breaks.
Yeah.
You see? Now the politicians, they get the tax breaks. While the poor people, they collectively, because it's a mass majority, they collect all that debt from essentially from them. They tax them.
The book on how the white folk got so rich, the book on how the white folk got so rich actually goes into that, because during the 50s and 60s, you had even during the Great Depression, you had periods where it was a lot of Edomites were struggling to get ends meet because of the Great Depression. So what they did, the president at that time, I can't remember who the fuck it was, man, but he made it to where he implemented that wages from blacks should be lowered so that they can compensate for the crackers, the Edomites, to have a normal pay so they can make it through the week. And all they said to Jake was, they'll be all right. That's all they said, is that they'll be all right. I knew this female a few years back. She told me that the coworker that she got hired with was an Edomite, but she was so-called, I think she was actually Judah, but she looked like a Latina, man. But anyways, she found out that white girl was making a penny more than her, and they both got same position, both no experience, same job, a penny more. Yeah. So she took it to the human resource, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
You know? So, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. All right. I got a precept real quick. Deuteronomy 23:19 says, "Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury." Which, really that's going to our people,
Yeah. So we don't tax our.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't tax each other,
Yeah.
but we get taxed the other nations.
But if you want to say it,
But if
Esau
the Bible's supposed to be the
technically is
law
our
of the
brother.
land, though. But if the Bible's supposed to be the law of the land, right?
Right.
Then they're supposed to. If the Constitution was created based off of Christian principles from the Bible, then they wouldn't be charging. Usury wouldn't be a part of the system in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. So they cheating their own people out of their living.
Yeah.
See.
They call it the 3/5 compromise, but really, Jake, it's I think it's 15 so-called Negroes equals 1 Edomite today, and it's like seven so-called Latinos equals 1 Edomite. I think it's like 3 or 4 natives equals an Edomite. So
Yeah, but they go ahead.
I got like.
Read off your presentation.
This is the book of Haggai. Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6, and it reads.
Favorite scripture. Favorite scripture. Go ahead.
Now, the book of Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6, and it reads, ye have sown much and bring in little.
Right, you work much. You work these hours, these different hours, overtime. But what?
It says, and bring in little.
That's when they take all half of your money. They tax. Okay? They take like over like 35% of your check. You can gross like $2,500 and you bring home motherfucking $1,100. I'm just saying as an example.
No, that's true.
You know, so that you paying Medicare, you paying health care, you paying dental care, you paying Social Security, insurance, you paying all these different brackets, and you bring home less than nothing.
Yeah. They said the average American is paying in taxes is being taxed 50%.
50%. I was close.
Because it's nothing that you can actually buy without being taxed.
It says they just up the sales tax and
And remember, Haggai's talking to the Israelites. This is the time of the rebuilding of the temple. Okay, and so this is a call to Israelites. He's letting you know, like you over here, you struggling.
Yeah.
All right, and so but Jake, in that time, their focus was on remaining in Babylon. And building them a safe haven in Babylon. When Haggai, he's pretty much cursing them out to build the house of the Lord, to focus on returning to the homeland, to Israel.
Right.
Okay. So just keep in mind that you got it.
I'm gonna start on that note. I'm gonna start at verse 5.
Let's go.
Book of Haggai chapter 1 and verse 5, and it reads, now therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Right. This is why it's important to turn back to the stronghold, because a lot of our people put their trust in this society, and all that's happening is your ass is being perpetually oppressed.
Yep.
Okay, under the guise of Esau making his way of life a better life, the American life. Which is bullshit. It's always been bullshit. And now everybody is waking up to that. Everybody waking up to your bogus monetary system, your fraudulent practices. You got it.
It says, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Yeah, hey, you got drink. You know what I'm saying? You ain't quenched. You got that drink, but hey, you ain't quenched.
Yeah, you got the food. That's another thing too. When it comes to hyperinflation, these companies they put filler chemicals in the food to make it seem like you get fuller, but you're not getting any body nutrients.
MSG.
So yeah, you got MSG, you got microplastics, and a lot of the foods, things like that.
Forever chemicals.
Yeah, forever chemicals.
Yeah.
So you have all these things that are entering your system that's really breaking your body down. So the food isn't actual nourishment or meat like the scriptures describe it as.
Because the meat, the herbs and stuff is supposed to be healthy. It's supposed to be healthy to your life. And see, that's why we call America a death culture.
Yeah.
Because corporate interests and all of these different, corporate entities, they don't care about the progression of mankind. They don't care about the overall health of mankind. Yeah. They care about profit. They're profiteers.
Yeah.
It's all about profiteering.
Yeah.
And see, and when you take the nurturing aspect out of it, now you dealing in straight wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said corporate heat.
He
Niggas with the suits. The niggas with the suits is the biggest criminals in the world.
Yeah.
And everybody waking up to it. Everybody's like, waking up to that shit.
Suits in the suitcases. And a fucking tie around your neck.
I got a precept.
You finish yours first?
No.
Finish yours first.
Hey, but I was gonna say,
Everybody got a precept.
just read that part again.
Yeah, brother, gotta finish that precept about being another brother. Go ahead, go finish yours off.
It says, ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Right. Even when you like for an example, purified water got sodium bicarbonate in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So every time you drink it, it makes you even more thirsty.
Got salt
Thirsty,
in it.
they put some shit in it They make you buy more shit.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's to keep you
Yeah.
to keep buying.
You know what I'm saying? They tear your pockets up, man.
So everybody's really dehydrated.
Yeah.
Purified water.
Right.
That's why it's a call to turn back to the stronghold, man.
Yeah.
You gotta let this place go. You gotta
Right.
my bad.
It says, "Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes."
Yeah. And that's what everybody's doing. All right. Especially you Israelites, man. You think you making a way in this society? No. You really suffering, but you okay with suffering. You know, the scriptures talk about them trusting in the oppression.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
think
done that.
You got it.
I think everybody, everybody's on this race to get to 6 figures, right? Everybody wants to make 6 figures, right? Well, there are studies that have come out that says that have said that making 6 figures isn't enough.
Yep.
You know, making 6 figures is you might as well be making minimum wage. You know,
And that's what these influencers are pushing. You know, you got to get rich before they
crash the system.
They crash
Yeah.
the system. You don't want to be on that side of. You hear all of that shit. All these gurus that pay $200 for my class and all of that shit. I can make you rich.
Yep.
You can be a millionaire in a few months and all of this other bullshit. But you live in a lifestyle that's really not conducive.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
So they're pushing for all of that. But in reality, if you don't have this truth in the times to come, your riches ain't gonna do shit for you. You know?
If I may add, also you got to look at all the good information that's coming out, right? All the Edomite secrets of getting rich, right? Knowing how to open up put all your assets under like a certain trust or umbrella.
Trust fund?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're doing it through life insurance and
Yeah.
shit that Esau been doing for decades.
Decades, man.
And that's why they've been able to flourish, taking out loans and all that
Yeah.
other stuff, and having all type of special loans and all of that type of shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and now they just opening it up for people to get it, but it's too late.
They got 100 years.
It's
to
too
build
late.
their
So
family.
this is an American dream that they pushing, and that you accepting. Really, you just being deceived towards your destruction.
Yeah.
You see, and that's what America, the Western civilization, is about. You know, so and here it is. You got you taking care of your family. You doing all of this other stuff. But in reality, you fell for the trick the whole time. Okay, you fell for the trick the whole time, and eventually you're gonna see that this, a lot of people gonna get pissed too. It's gonna be rioting in the street
Yeah.
when they really figure out that the whole time you've been played, you've been bamboozled.
And I'm glad you brought that up because ever since the white flight went on,
I think that
yeah,
You got it.
I already peeped it. Ever since the white flight went on, because Jake and Esau used to live amongst each other. Ever since the white flight, that's when they started teaching each other about economics,
right.
and different
When they moved out to the counties.
when they started teaching them economics and how to what good foods to eat and stuff like that. But left Jake, ignorant to what's going on. So that's how they knew about the economics.
Meanwhile,
all that shit.
Meanwhile, they still on welfare. They finding loopholes to get government grants.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. While they still have that privilege living in the middle class and all that type of stuff, man. And then they get mad at Jake for having these certain benefits, which ain't really helping Jake. Welfare ain't helping Jake. It just divided and destroyed the families.
I got the preset.
Y'all got it.
After that, can I bring out something very important to back what y'all was saying? It's a lot.
Just the precept of going back of the money being put in the bag with holes. Habakkuk, Baruch 3:8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, but thou hast scattered us to be a reproach and a curse, and to be subject unto payments."
Who is that fucking slot?
Yeah, you're supposed to denounce this place, man. There ain't nothing to glorify in this place because what? We subject to fucking payments.
Yeah.
We subject to. You gotta pay rent. That shit is bugged out.
oppressive.
You gotta pay to live on the earth that you was born on.
Yeah.
But
You gotta buy water. You gotta
That's what
buy
we-
air.
Yeah. That's why we need the kingdom.
Yeah.
My old boy say, you gotta pay for fruit. You gotta pay. What he
Right.
say?
Yeah.
Bro,
Pay
like,
for food, gotta pay for water.
What? Yeah,
you
he
know?
said. I forget how he said it, but yeah,
that
man,
one cat, man.
it's outrageous.
And,
Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
no, the fat dude that eat pork on Passover.
The fake King
Yeah,
David.
the
Yeah,
fake,
yeah.
he gonna say, oh yeah, the captivity is over with. This the last of our captivity. What the fuck is you talking about, man?
Your ass lose your job tomorrow.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
ass gonna be on the
Yeah.
street.
That's what caught my attention on that,
Right,
bro.
What scripture y'all was reading?
That was Baruch 3 and
Oh yeah, read that again, man, bro. Yeah.
Baruch chapter 3 and 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity."
We are yet this day in our captivity, man. So what Fat Boy talking about, man? He's still in our captivity to this day.
Yeah. Slave or
Like,
debt
come
slave.
on with
Man.
that bullshit.
No, yeah. He was saying that we passed the curses in Deuteronomy. He said we started from 1 to 15. He said we are 1 to 15. And 15 on down is
That's because he got all that. That's because he got all that pork in his mouth. Wait till he can't eat. Wait till he can't eat no more.
But he's still on dialysis.
Right.
Right.
His
Yeah,
dumb
yeah.
ass still gotta go to the hospital. Man, Jake full of shit, man.
That's what brought me to my attention when you read that Baruch.
And we supposed to be in the new covenant. We're not in the new covenant, man. This is really a joke among you Israelites, man.
Yeah.
Y'all done failed in every other aspect. You ain't got the truth. You're not speaking 100% truth.
Yeah.
So now you're going into subjects really that don't even apply to now.
Yeah.
All right, that is dealing with the future. So that's dealing with the kingdom. The new covenant is dealing with the kingdom. When we're changed, when we're taken up, you know. What is that? 1 Thessalonians 4:16. When the Lord changes us in the twinkling of an eye, that's when we get that new covenant. That's when it starts right there. You got it out.
But yeah, that was it on that. But I got another piece of actually two.
Hey,
Well,
already passed.
just go back to the debt situation because we are essentially in debt. That's the reason why we have these payments. Habakkuk, I don't know if you brought it already, but I'm gonna bring it out again. Habakkuk 2 and 6 it says, "Shall not all these take a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And he that lays himself in clay."
Yeah, man. So it's impossible not to see this man as the devil. Esau is the fucking devil, man. All right. You know, and that thick clay is what the word for clay is Ibaya. This whole system is dealing with debt, dealing with clay. You know.
Right, and to land back up for that, when you go into the Daniel, the vision that you seen from Nebuchadnezzar, it was talking about the 10 toes that was mixed with miry clay, and it was probably strong and probably weak. I got it right here. Daniel 2 and 42. It says, "And as the toes of the feet."
Man, all right, because you got the strong nations that's breaking away, and essentially you got nations like Greece, which is failing.
Yeah.
When we know it was a big thing in like 2012, 2013, where the banks in Greece was failing, and they was going to the banks and they couldn't get money out. Now what they call a Brexit. So it's certain countries, strong countries like Germany, the United Kingdom, who are breaking away from this whole economic community, and now everybody else is suffering. So it's pretty crazy over there because there's certain countries, even though it's one country, you gotta have a passport on the same continent to try to go to certain places.
Yeah.
You can't just go. You can't go to Romania. You can't go to in which Romania is kind of like a rich country. Country they up there, but there's certain countries you can't even travel to. So that shit is all boggled and mixed up. But those you got weaker countries, which is Greece, you know, and you got the stronger countries, which is like Germany. So yeah,
Portugal, Spain.
Yep.
They don't want to fit the bill.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to fit the bill and pick up the debt for all the other EU countries.
Yep,
You know?
so all those other nations suffering, and then they dealing with an energy crisis, you know. So yeah, you got it out.
It says, that was pretty much the point, but just want to bring out how it's probably weak.
I got something just to back up what brothers was talking about earlier. Slipped my mind. But brothers was talking about pretty much. But so like anyway. But this is I don't know if bros are aware, but this is a bill that that Congress put on the table about in 2022, and it's pending right now. It was introduced and it's about to get passed. Pretty much giving the Federal Reserve banks permission to just close shop overnight. Now we just saw this happen in Cuba. You know what I mean? Where the citizens went to sleep having money in their bank accounts, having access to their bank accounts, and then woke up the next morning and it was nothing available.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they started rioting right away, and they're still rioting actually over there.
Yeah, so it's a pretense to what's coming, because what's going to happen, it's going to be the shock and awe factor. Okay, and the way they're going to reset the system, they're going to force people into this new. They're going, you're going to have to. You're gonna have to be forced into this new system, this digital system. You got it.
The bill is called. When you go to Congress.gov, the bill is called S-3954. All right, and it reads a bill to amend the Federal Reserve Act. Hey, right there, a bill to amend the Federal Reserve Act to prohibit the Federal Reserve banks from offering certain products or services directly to an individual or other purposes.
See. And what's happening is Esau's consolidating control, and he's starting with the banks. So, what is that the saying that the Rothschild says? I care not for countries like.
I care not for.
Said, but if I control the monetary, they can control the money, they control the society. Roughly paraphrasing. So that's what it's about. It's about Esau consolidating control, and we letting you know that this devil is pulling out all the stops. You know, he is making sure that he's going to take over, and that's why when we talk about the chip, the RFID chip, the MOTB, yeah, that's it. Yep. When we talk about the MOTB, this is the frameworks. Them passing bills so they be able to consolidate control, so they can have full control. You know, you got it.
I got just a little more on that. But with that bill, right, for them to give Federal Reserve permission to pretty much close up shop and stop giving money to these different banks. Along with that, you have to look at going back to CBDCtracker.org. All right, it tells you the status of every nation and where they are pertaining to the CBDC.
Yeah. And
America is actually in the proof of concept level, right? When you go into that definition of that term, proof of concept, it says evidence typically derived from an experiment or pilot project, which demonstrates that the design of concept or a business proposal, looks like a proposal, is feasible.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
Basically what it is they're seeing if the system works.
Yeah.
They're seeing if the CBDC works. And what have they been doing for the last 4 years? What the contactless payment systems. All right, that's what this whole pandemic was about. It was about implementing certain systems and seeing how they work over time. And so they now they got enough data to say what these things work. All right, so that's why they're passing orders like the Federal Reserve can shut down shop at the drop of a hat. All right, because that's how this system's going to happen. It's going to be shock and awe. They're going to shut down this system overnight. Okay, and then Lord knows what else is going to be happening, because you're going to have sorrows all over the place. You're going to have calamities, crises in certain places where there's going to be put their agenda or whatever you want to call the enterprise, their undertaking is coming to fruition. Okay, so that's why it's important to know these, like this tidbit information, because all roads lead to the MOTB, which is the RFID chip. You see, a prudent man, as the scriptures say, foreseeth the evil. All right, and that's essentially the Lord put the Spirit on us to see these things come together. Okay.
We got a quick little precept. Jeremiah 51:42 says that the sea has come up upon Babylon; she is covered with the multitude of the waves thereof. And that just backing up how you were talking about these multiple crises, you know, the poly crises, things like that. So, yeah, backing that up.
This is the article brought out I'll say a month ago, or no, a couple months ago actually, from the World Economic Forum. It says Klaus Schwab has warned that humans who refuse to merge with the artificial intelligence will soon find that they have no place in this society.
See, because what? We're headed into what they call a transhumanist society. It's already set. They're already making laws and stuff for these measures to be put in place. Okay, so they're all already talking. The World Economic Forum. That's why we bring out Klaus Schwab and their agenda. It's because they already got it set in stone what they want to do. You see, so if you're not thinking about integrating into the society, all right. And then another aspect of their control, them consolidating control, is the digital ID. Okay, the digital ID is going to bring you into the system where now you have to have the digital ID to be online. All right, because now you got the two-pronged verification thing where they send you a code, and this is how you access. If anybody is into crypto, this is how you access Coinbase. This is how you access your digital wallet. All right, you gotta have this information. You gotta be integrated in the system.
Hey, another quote. Since you brought up that quote, I was just trying to type it in, but I was just quoting verbatim. You just brought up the quote of Klaus Schwab, but another quote he said was, "The fourth industrial revolution is not going to change the world around you, but it's going to change you."
Yep, perfect.
Because all the other industrial revolutions, it was based on, technologies and technological advances in agriculture and things of that nature. But this fourth one is talking about it's going to change you, meaning the biointech, merging man with machine, and mainly it's via that karate.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be called augmentation.
That's the end game. That's the end game right there. The RFID chip. All roads lead to the RFID chip, which is the MOTV.
Look up fourth industrial revolution.
And Russo, he said that was the final goal of the elites. To have everybody see it, to monitor their transactions. And if you go against the grain, they can just cut you off. That's the type of control the elites want.
Somebody else look up technocrats.
Yep, technocracy.
So this is the fourth industrial revolution. Fourth industrial revolution. It says is a buzzword and neologism. Neologism. It's what neologism is, a newly formed word, term, or phrase that nevertheless has achieved popular institutional recognition and is becoming accepted into mainstream language. Most definitively, a word can be considered neologism once it is published in the dictionary. Okay, but going back, it says describing rapid technological advancement.
What is it? What you looking up?
Fourth industrial revolution. And really quick, I just went into what neologism is. Neologism. So it says describing the fourth industrial revolution is describing rapid technological advances. Advancement.
The rapid technological advancement. And an example of rapid technological advancement is the implementation of artificial intelligence in every computer program. You have artificial intelligence that started and tested in manufacturing companies like Amazon. You had 3M. Different manufacturers, companies, and warehouses tested it in the robots, and now they're testing it on the people. For example, Apple.
No, I was just thinking about the hokey pokey.
Yeah,
that's what that was all about.
And now they test on the people. For example, the fastest way to test anything on people nowadays is what? Through your cell phone. So Apple has created an AI in their new operating system that's going to predict your keystrokes. It's going to predict your language, how you speak, how you text. It's going to have it's going to have like a full artificial profile for you in the phone. as you use it. So it's learning who you are as you use it. You know, you have artificial intelligence being put into cars, like Teslas and Mercedes-Benz. You know, you have all of these advancements that are pushing the future forward, but it's pushing everything to be integrated into each other. That's what you call the Internet of Things. You know, that's why
everything is connectivity. It's all about connectivity. So it's Esau's version of singularity.
Yep. Yeah.
It's
or the
his
hive
version.
mind.
There you go. Yep.
That's why you have fucking washers and dryers that got Wi-Fi. For what fucking reason? Washer and dryer need Wi-Fi?
Because so it can ping you if you
when your clothes done.
Yeah, exactly. So you doing laundry. It's a Saturday morning.
Yep.
You know, you put the laundry on, and then it ping. It lets you know that the laundry done.
So everything is learning your habits. Why do you think Google can predict your thoughts? Amazon can predict what you're going to buy now. You know, it's all artificial machine learning. You know, and they're dumping billions and trillions of dollars into machine learning and artificial intelligence for that simple fact. You know, you have software called Trapwire that's used to identify the way you walk and the way you move. You know, everything is going to be draconian. This is how they bring in the draconian. You know, by using technology to box you in. Because now they're going to be able to identify you just by the way you walk.
Well, you know, they can put them in a social credit system.
So like they're doing that Trapwire, they're doing that over in China right now. Because if you look at their street signs and the light poles or whatever, it has an average of 50 cameras on each pole, right? And they can identify you even without seeing your face, even if you're fully covered up. Just like you said, just the way you walk or the way you speak, they know it's you.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, because that man, they finna start putting what's that? LED lights.
Lamps.
Yeah, LED lights in Atlanta, and they're gonna fully implement it all over America.
Yeah,
And plus with cameras as well. So
yeah, because you see them on the highways.
Yeah,
it's like the blue light.
Yeah, but they're actually implementing that fully in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
So next, what they're going to use to identify you is the augmentation to your body. You know, which is going to be connected to the Internet of Things. You know, starting with the RFID chip. You know, it's going to create. Oh, sorry.
No, it's just when you hear these talking points when they sit down and do the interviews, when they talk about the technocratic, not the technocratic, but the transhumanist society, they always talk about a portion of society that's being left behind. These are the individuals who are not being integrated into the system, who are not tech savvy, who are just pretty much they do it the old way. They deal with paper. They deal with when they sign for stuff because you got e-signature.
Yeah.
When you sign for stuff on the internet and stuff like that.
Now you got text signature.
Yes.
You know,
and now it's biometric. Biometrics is being added into it so they can read your palm. And all of that stuff. iOS, the Apple, been doing that shit
for years.
For years.
It's like 10 years now.
So when you unlock your phone, that has there's a huge implication behind the facial recognition, the thumb recognition, because that's how you access Google Pay, Apple Pay, and all of that type of stuff, which is all digital.
And speaking of leaving people behind, guess how Apple's doing it? They're only implementing they're marketing the new AI right on the phone, and they're only putting it on iPhone 15 Pro, and every phone that comes out after that. So everybody has the old phone has to upgrade. You know.
And that's a good point.
The technocrats.
Yeah, but real quick, this is Psalms 56 and 6 in the NLT. They come together to spy on me, watching my every step, eager to kill me.
And that's what the whole thing is about. Esau having that control.
Hey, that's great that you brought that out because I'm just looking into an article from Al Jazeera, and I just wanted
like in Michael 2.
I just typed in a quote from Yuval Noah Harari, which he's an understudy of Klaus Schwab, the leader of the World Economic Forum.
Well, he the one that came up with the term fourth industrial revolution.
And
or at least pushing.
He wanted to. Right, and when the whole
go back to that.
Yeah, I said that.
When the whole pandemic was going on, he had a quote about it. He said surveillance will go under the skin at some point.
Yep.
You You know, and in this article, let's see, let me just jump to the point. It says the CV-19 is a kind of watershed event for surveillance, because during that time, you know, they was ramping up surveillance, you know, in different aspects, you know, to monitor the spread, so-called. But really, it was just a tool they was using to further their surveillance, you know, on the population. Same way after 9/11, you know, they needed a major event to push that.
The surveillance.
The surveillance thing. But anyway, let's keep reading. It says, firstly, it is spreading everywhere with the disease, and secondly, we are seeing the change in the nature of surveillance for over the skin surveillance to under the skin surveillance. It says over the skin surveillance is the things we can do, where we can go, who we can meet, what we should watch on television. We know that for years, corporations and governments have been developing the abilities and technological tools to monitor what we do.
Yeah, and really that's the FBI, CIA. They the ones that have their hands heavy into the media. They're the ones that are doing all of that, you know.
Right.
Because they actually had a meeting where they sat down with all of these different companies, and yeah, they're really at the center of it all.
God. It says, and this gives them a lot of insight into our political views, our preferences, even our personalities. Now it says, but what is happening now is that surveillance is beginning to go under the skin, revealing not just what we do, but how we feel.
Yeah, so they can monitor your emotions. They can monitor your medical history. They can monitor, you know, not only your blood pressure and your vital signs. You know, they can monitor what diseases are in your system. You know, everything about you.
Right. And that's what the CHIP is going to ultimately be doing. It says, of course, it is at the moment focused on the disease itself. CV-19, it says, in order to know whether we are sick, the surveillance system needs data about what is happening inside our bodies.
Yeah, what do you think the Galaxy Watch and the Apple Watch is for? You know, it monitors your heart rate, it monitors your vital signs. It's gradual, you know.
Yeah.
Next, you're wearing it on your skin. Next, it's gonna be wearing you.
Right.
Yeah. So what we're seeing is Esau becoming a carbon copy of what the Lord is already, the power that He already has. The Lord knows our thoughts. The Lord knows He can look deep inside a man and know your whole intent. You know, so this is what Esau is trying to develop.
Right.
He's trying to the godlike complex. He's trying to be as God. So that's what the technology is all about. Yeah.
Let me just read
You want me to get
these
that,
last two paragraphs and then.
Micah?
Go ahead.
So
Add that precept.
Yeah, I got that Micah.
just real quick, it says, of course, it is at the moment focused on the disease itself. In order to know whether we are sick, the surveillance needs to need data about what is happening inside our bodies, our body temperature, maybe our food pressure, our blood pressure, perhaps our heart rate. All of these can be used to establish our medical condition. But once surveillance goes under the skin, it can be used for many other purposes. For example, if we read this article or watch the accompanying video, it might offer some clue about the political views and our personality. So, you know, they try to go deeper with it. You know, that's the whole point of why, you know, bringing this article.
It's all about herding you into one corridor. It's all about manipulating you to one mindset. That's why when you read Revelations 13, 15, he was able to give life unto the image of the beast. Now the image of the beast goes back to the Roman Empire and the structure that was set up in the Roman Empire. But now that same beast, which is, you know, pretty much brought back, that deadly wound was healed. Now it evolved, and it's evolved to this machine state. So they give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image. Now they know that you not with that, right? You know, your core beliefs is what? God. You got core principles. So it's saying those that would not worship the image shall be killed, and not It don't have to be physically killed. They can cut you off, and that's what it's all about. So they can cut you off. So I ain't doing no digital ID. No, they're gonna cut you off from being able to sustain yourself. Because now everything is digital. Everything is connected. You got to be connected to this one central hive mind.
We saw.
And they tested that during COVID.
I was just about to say. Damn it.
Correct.
See,
It's the spirit, brother.
no. Center words.
Go ahead.
Anyways, but yeah. Read that real quick. Wait.
What was you reading?
I got this Micah.
You might as well
I'm gonna read this Micah, man. In Micah chapter 2, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night thinking of evil plans? It says, you rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out simply because you have the power to do so.
The evil plan is to be like the Most High. That's what the evil plan is. Esau is trying to be like the Most High through science. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, what sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night thinking up evil plans? Actually, you know what? The title says judgment against wealthy oppressors. That's Esau.
Yeah, what sorrow awaits you, meaning there's going to be a judgment to what Esau is going to get established. All right? Because that's Micah 2 and 1, and it really says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yep.
So it says, what sorrow awaits you who devise evil plans. The evil plan is trying to be like the Most High. That's what this science is about. That's what this, the technology is about. It's to be like the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, when I got in the KJV, it says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, so meaning they have their think tanks, they have their technocrats, guys that deals with
Expert.
Yeah, they're experts in science. See, what's going to happen is they're going to move out what is known as a congressman, a Democrat, a Republican, a liberal, and all that shit, and they're going to just have an expert in technology and science.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk.
Yeah. That's technocracy. All right.
Can I read that definition for technocracy?
Go ahead.
It's the definition for the word technocracy, and it reads: the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now remember the movie. What's the white bitch name who be shooting the bow and arrow?
Say again.
It's the movie. They did like 5 of them.
Hunger
Games.
Hunger
Games.
Yep.
Those that was in control of that society, they were technocrats.
Yeah, that's right.
They were merging in the society. That's what they were. Those were technocrats. They showing you in the movies. So Carl Schwab and Noah, whatever his last name is, those are the smart science guys who's going to try to get the flesh to merge with the machine. Go ahead.
It says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah, and the form of practicing it is by biometrics, iRetina, Apple Palm, pay as you go, face recognition. So they're doing these different Meta, the Facebook is really turned into Meta.
Yeah,
all right,
really
because that's dealing with what the brain, finding out what you like what you were saying about the Google. They can think about what you, because whatever you searching on your phone, there's like a database that it goes to. It's like a big ass brain that when you're searching shit, it goes to this big ass brain of a computer, and that's the same thing off of iRobot. Remember at the end, iRobot had the big ass the lady, whoever it was. That's what that is.
And they had to destroy it.
And they had to destroy it.
And also in WhatsApp.
Right, WhatsApp,
Yeah, WhatsApp,
all of it,
yeah,
all of
they-
it, all
all
of
of
it.
it.
Everything is being transferred into some form of technology. That's their science.
Everything's going to be, life is going to be an algorithm.
What was that one movie? Live Free or Die Hard? With Bruce Willis
Bruce
and
Willis,
Justin
that's
Long.
the fifth one. Yeah.
It was with Justin Long. Yeah, the same thing happened there, man. They had one building.
It's like it. Also, the movie, the last Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
never
that's a
seen
good
it.
movie.
Never
to
The
seen
watch.
last
You gotta
Mission
watch
Impossible
that.
movie because his you know, like they were a secret organization. They like, you know, go stop, you know, terrorists and things like that around the world, and like terrorism. But the last movie, the terrorist was an AI,
Yeah,
and they couldn't, you know what I mean? Like it's
they
pretty
had
much
it-
impossible to like, you
they
know,
had it in the submarine.
yeah.
And that's how they protected it, because whoever had control of it had control of the world. They could create an event. They could shut down the whole monetary grid system. They can shut down the whole power grid system. And so whoever had that control, that's a good movie to watch, bro. Real good movie. Whoever had that control had control of the world. And so that's why they had it in a submarine at the bottom of the sea.
Go ahead.
It says, and they covered fields.
No, read now. Start from the beginning. Read it again.
Okay. It says, Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
Yeah, when the morning is light, they practice it. Another form of practicing on how to merge man with machine is by the systematic change up with the money system. All right, from paper dollar to plastic. Now they down to the chip reader. So they're getting used. They're getting used. They're getting you used to not having cash.
Now you
Okay.
can tap your phone.
It go now you can tap your phone. You know, now you can pay through Bluetooth. It's a lot of different ways that Esau has been doing this throughout the years. All right. Now, what about when your credit card and your debit card malfunctions, or you know the annoyance of having a credit card keep on credit fraud and all these different things that they're doing that shit. You know, when your card don't swipe, it ain't no wrong with your card. They're doing that annoyance to every goddamn body, so everybody could find another way. Another form is by taking out the dollar, because what's going to happen is going to be a cashless society.
Yep.
And how did they practice it with the 15-minute cities?
And the coin shortages.
And the coin shortages. So they what Esau's doing, he's boxing off every avenue so they can come in with the Superman suit on and the cape. Go ahead.
It says, and they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
They have the funding. They have and they color it over the guise of philanthropists. Like Bill Gates, he's known as a humanitarian
Philanthropists.
or a
That's what it is,
philanthropist.
yes, philanthropist, yeah.
But those are really
Lobbyists.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really lobbyists. They got
Exactly.
the money to influence these
They
corporations.
got the money to
Yeah.
pay off the corporations,
Yeah.
DARPA,
Yep.
you know, and these different high-tech class corporations to implement these different ideas. You know, that's exactly what Esau's doing. Go ahead.
Say something quick. When I used to work for the bank, in the IT space, when I used to work for the bank, what they used to do with the credit card fraud, they used to they started implementing a facial recognition and a voice recognition. So when you call the bank, it would recognize your voice, and it would have you like speak like a code to it, but it had to be you and your voice. So it learned your voice in order to unlock your account
Yep.
information.
Yep. So they it's all about the merging, and that's a part of his miracle. Somebody get 2 Thessalonians. Hold that on that. Go ahead, Al.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yep, and that's what they're doing. They're coveting fields. They're destroying lands. All right, they're destroying farmlands,
Yep.
farmlands, and they're building up their what do you call them damn things? Facilities.
Oh, Bill Gates is buying up all of the land, and you have 3 or 4 companies from other countries, and from different angel investors, they call
Right.
it. And they're buying up all the houses, all the land, and they're bulldozing it all.
That's exactly what I want to say. They're doing it where I'm at. A few miles away from where I'm at. And I even looked at the chest like,
At your house?
No, yeah, like a few miles away from me. They bulldozed an area was full of fucking trees. It was nothing but trees. And then now you look at it, it's all laid out. And I was like, motherfuckers. But that's But I wanted to read that in the NLT because you're gonna like this. It says in Micah 2:2, when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. Come in with the well, under this ordinance or this land, we had to put this line or this and that, or they'll buy it off. But it says when you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. Cunning practice. It says when you want someone's house.
Fracking.
It says when you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence.
Yep.
It says you cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. It says, but this is what the Lord says. I will reward your evil with evil. You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it will be a terrible time.
So it's going to be a punishment to what Esau has in store. What Esau's implement. That's why the scripture speaks about, somebody get that, about his enterprise. I believe it's in Job.
Yep.
Yeah, get that real quick about his enterprise. Because basically everything that brother's been going over is basically breaking down Esau's enterprise. That's in the form of what is known as the image of the beast. Go ahead.
This is Job 5:12. Actually, you know what? I might start up maybe
10.
Yeah.
Nine.
Job 5.
Yeah, I was close.
Actually, no, it's Job 5:12 actually is the best. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Crafty being sneaky. All right. Subtle. All right. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, so going into what sorrow awaits them. So the Lord is going to disappoint Esau by having Yahweh come. All right?
Yep.
Read that again.
It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty.
These are devices. These are the trickeries of Esau.
Yep, the devices.
In fact, schemes. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Somebody get that real quick.
There's a movie called I Care a Lot. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It was on Netflix like a year or so ago. But it was where this woman and like another woman, they found out how to con the elderly by where they could actually force an elderly person that lived alone, if they had money, they found a way to get access to their account information. If they had money, they could come in with a piece of paper and force them out of their house and say that they were like unstable. But these people were perfectly fine. You gotta watch it. It's with what's his man's name? With Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. Plays as like a mob boss, but yeah, man.
What's it called?
I Care a Lot. I did a video on it a couple years ago. It says he devoices the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise,
which is what is known as the New World Order. All right, the New World Order is the same scheme that has went on from the Tower of Babel to the Greek Empire all the way until now. They always try to make up their New World Order, which is merging everybody into one lump. And that's what the technology is about. Merging everybody into one people.
Right.
Through science, then.
On some pinky in the brain type of thing,
Basically.
Trying to take over the world. But I got the definition for enterprise. It says a project, it's in Google, it says a project or undertaking, typically one that is difficult or requires effort.
Like their success.
Right.
Or they vices. You know what I'm saying? Means wicked. So yeah, he saw trying to gain the whole world in one unit.
So that definition of enterprise, the main part is the taking. That's what enterprise basically means, to take. Something that's built. So that's how, Esau don't use words for no reason. The Lord don't use words from, wrong words.
Right.
That's why Esau calls it, he'll call it himself the enterprise, because he's taking this shit. Yeah, he's taking everything. It says he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. It says they meet with darkness in the daytime, just like you said in Micah, All right, they practice it in the day, and grope in the noonday as in the night.
Somebody look at that word grope. Grope in the noonday is in light. Because you have the elites. They're minions, so to speak. They're left hand side priests. They don't sleep. All right, they don't sleep. This is a consistent day-to-day sorcery that they got going on to get this thing done. What is it, a grope?
It meant to search in the blue letter, but if you look it up on Google, it's talking about feeling about or searching blindly or uncertainly with the hands. To move along with difficulty by feeling objects as one goes. Search mentally. Yeah, that's not. See, no, that's not the etymology.
It's the etymology of the word grope, right? And it means to feel bad. It's like to feel about as one blind in darkness. It says, take hold of, seize, touch, attain, grasp at, search out by sense of touch alone.
5:14.
I got a precept for that, Joe.
Well, hold on real quick. Slide.
So read it again. Read it in NLT.
In the NLT?
Yep.
Come. Yeah, I was going to do that. So, Job 5:14. Actually, you know what? 5:13.
Yep.
You know what? You want me to start back?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Job 5:12 in the NLT says he frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed.
And that's going to be how we shall return.
Yep. It says he traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted.
Yep.
They find it is dark in the daytime, and they grope at noon as if it were night.
Keep going.
He rescues the poor from the cutting words of the strong, and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful.
Yep.
And
so the Lord is going to come in and deliver the elect from this new world order's setup. Because ultimately it's to make you a slave. That's why Revelation, the 18th chapters, tells you one of the reasons why Babylon the Great was destroyed. It said because souls are slaves of men. All right?
It's a little bit more, yeah. But it says right here, it says, and he rescues them from the clutches of the powerful.
Yep.
And so at last the poor have hope, and the snapping jaws of the wicked are shut. Because you always go into how like Esau's trying to, with this RFID chip that he's going to bring, essentially he's trying to, take Israel, the woman, but that, he's trying to chop her up, clench her, grip her. But the Lord's going to stop that.
I got this.
Go ahead.
This is on Psalms 10:2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let him be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Yeah. So the setup that Esau is trying to get established, that's going to be his downfall. When you try to implement that new world order with the RFID chip, the Charagma, the mark of the beast, all right? Once you get that thing fully established, that's when the Lord is going to come and take you down.
I got a precept.
Read that again.
Come, this back in Psalms 10:2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Yep.
Let them.
And who's the poor? The poor is the Israelites. All right, go ahead.
It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Yeah, and another thing about the devices is that nuclear missile. See, because that nuclear missile was a device to control the world, and that same device was going to destroy them. Yep. Go ahead. Some more on that.
God, it says, for the wicked boasteth in his heart's desire.
Yeah, that's why that Edomite said, "You're not going to stop me from becoming a god." All right. He said, "You're not going to stop me from becoming a god, or there's going to be hell to pay." Read that part again.
God, Psalms 10:3. It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth.
Yep.
It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. the Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Yeah, so when he's setting up this scheme, he ain't thinking about the Lord coming back to destroy him. All right. When he's thinking about destroying the 12 tribes, Esau ain't thinking about. That's why Wisdom of Solomon 5, he says we fools. He count as like madness. How is he numbered amongst the saints? Because they're really not thinking about Jake rising up. They're not thinking about the Lord coming back.
Well, it says
They know it, but that pride is going to get to them to the point where it's like, no, we got this. We almost there.
Yep.
You know?
It says the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
Go ahead.
His ways are always grievous.
Yep, his ways are always grievous. Everything that we've been making mention is grievous. The RFID chip is going to be grievous because you're going to get a sores. You're going to get a pestilence from that. All right? Everything that this devil is doing is going to be grievous. All right?
It said right here, because you quoted it in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, it says, we weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
Yeah, sorcery,
Yep.
witchcraft, sacrificing.
Yep. And it even tells that they knew not the way of the Lord. So.
Yep.
It says his ways are always grievous, like judgments are far above out of his sight.
Yep.
So Esau ain't thinking about the Lord coming back to destroy this
Well, the
place.
scriptures speak about them being two manner of people. See, they're not thinking about Yahweh Shabbat. I believe it's in Psalms where it says the wicked is estranged from the womb. All right, as soon as he come out, he speaking lies, and that's what Esau's doing. Because the lie is that this is to help humanity.
And you know that's coming too.
Yep.
You know, that's the lie. The lie is this is to help all of the frustration and the turmoil that's happening on earth. We're gonna put on our Batman cape and save the day. But Esau is the one that created all the hell to happen on the earth.
What is that? Agenda 20?
Agenda 21.
Yeah.
Agenda 20.
Talking about helping the environment, helping women with rights, and equality and economic.
All that was about division.
Yeah.
God. Just back in Psalm 75, it says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgment are far above out of his sight.
Mm-hmm.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Yep. Proud.
He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
See, this is the pride of Esau. He really believes that the Lord ain't gonna step in. Go ahead.
It says, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Yeah, all of those TED Talks, all that's witchcraft. Them TED Talks is dealing with nothing but population control. Science. How can they split this gene and manipulate this gene to create this particular type of person? You know?
It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Uh-huh.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
Yeah, and that's Big Brother. That's the police state.
Yep.
Now we use that as he seeketh in the villages. Yeah, that's what is known as Big Brother. Okay, and it's ironic that it's called Big Brother because he was the older brother from Jacob.
Yep.
You know.
His eyes are privately set against the poor.
Yep, against Israel. That goes all the way back to when he said, to this day will I mourn for my father. He said, I will surely slay my brother Jacob.
Oh, real quick, because to back up that lurking places, because there's a reason behind a lurking place. It's like a vantage point where you can hide for like an intent of something, like when you're trying to get the best or the better of something.
It's a hunter.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I looked up the purpose of a lurking place. It says lurking place, a place of hiding, usually for the purpose of murder.
Yes.
and I was thinking about what you said a minute ago. I can't remember what you said, but you read it, eager to kill. You remember what you read? You said eager to kill, but there was a purpose of Esau. Schemes or device or something you
I
said.
think it was in Micah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to crouch. He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
Right. Also, because another part of the marketplace, lying in wait, you have the advantage. You're waiting. You know, you have it's usually from a higher point where you can see more than what they can see. So you can, you know, like you were talking about boxing individually, you can see where they can't go because you're already like, okay, I got that area kept off. This area
The high
kept off.
ground.
There you go.
It says,
Well, that's Esau being that cunning hunter.
Yep.
All right, it ain't talking about just hunting food. It's about hunting your ass.
Right. You the wabbit.
That's the ultimate game.
Go ahead.
it says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
And that net is going to be the seer. That net is going to be the image of the beast. That's the net. And he's going to draw Jake into it through the medium. Everything this place is about is nothing but sorcery and witchcraft. The medium is what's going to get the people's minds to want to fall into, actually walk down into the trap. One to them that walk down into Egypt for help. All right, go ahead.
It says, he croucheth and humbled himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
See,
He have said in his heart, Most High have forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see us.
man.
That's a prideful statement.
Yeah.
That
He
Esau
said the
made.
Most High has forgotten.
He forgotten. That's prideful.
So he knows the Lord turned his back. Because he was open season. Murder.
Somebody get 2 Thessalonians 2. Yes, sir?
Yeah,
Go
Job
ahead,
20.
go ahead.
But okay. Yes. This is Job chapter 20, and I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not. This is all about Esau, what we've been talking about. You know, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, the agenda that he has ultimately to catch up Jake. Because when you read above it, it says the bones are full of the sin of his youth. You know, that goes back to the ancient hatred that Esau had for Jacob. All right, and we know that the main goal too is to mark all of Jake. It says, but though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, and though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, the crouching down, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is the gall of asps within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast him out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which, Esau thinking he's going to come out on top, It says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance, because we already know, man, there's going to be that that last move that Esau makes is this Karagma, man, the Arpaditcha. But we know the Lord is going to stop him before that happens. All right? It says, he shall not swallow it down. He's not going to sit down with that victory. He already tried to crown it, you mentioned earlier with the Sevid, with that, which going back to the Rona, meaning a crown. He tried to crown his enterprise early, because he already believes he won. Because he had oppressed and Salakia. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be.
Reparations is going to happen.
Yep.
Everything that they stole and took from the Israelites, they're going to have to pay all that back.
It says in Micah, the 2nd chapter, if you kept on reading, it said that the poor are going to look at this man and make fun of him and singing a taunting proverb. Basically, we've lost everything that we got. They've taken our land and they've given it to another, which we are going to take everything back. So we're going to take the kingdom and the rulership back. We're not going to take America back. America's going to be destroyed. But it says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Micah the 2nd chapter. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. And basically what the brother said earlier, there's going to be a reward for everything that Esau's done. It's going to be a punishment. All right? I was looking up the word payment earlier when we were reading in Baruch, but payment is a two-sided thing. It's basically a punishment or a reward. So, the Lord's going to punish you according to the payments that you put out.
That's, Jeremiah 49 says, shall thou altogether go unpunished?
Yep.
It says, thou shalt not go unpunished.
God.
So, but Scripture say he gonna drink the cup.
Yep.
So there's a cup for Esau.
Yep.
Oh,
Actually, this will back you up. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon them.
And the fullness of his sufficiency, like what it said, going into the Karaga. That's the capstone that you want to have on this enterprise.
Yep.
But we just read Job the 5th chapter, how the Lord is going to disappoint him. So that's that straightness that he's going to find himself in.
Difficult position.
Yep.
Yep. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. And we, Esau full well believes that the Lord is not going to come back and catch his ass. All right, but we trust in the scriptures.
So,
all right.
so what's that? Job 5?
This is Job 20.
Job 20. Why I'm on Job 20?
Yes,
Already.
he was too, but he got preoccupied over there, so I took it. It says, when he is about to fill his belly,
Precept still.
the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. That's going to be that difficult position as well. The Lord's going to put a stop to this, right?
Yeah,
What's that word? What's that one in what is it? Isaiah 49:11 or Psalms 49:11? His inward thought.
I was just about to get that.
Con. Right.
His
So,
house continue forever.
con. Yep. You don't think the Lord's going to come back, man? But it says right here that the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. That's perfect. That's catching a man at his fullest peak in perfect pride, believing that he got it all. Esau really believes he got. That's why even these average, crackers walk around with the pride, man. They think they're secure. I was on my way here driving, and there's a lake that I got to pass, maybe 30 miles out from y'all. There was a bunch of Edomites on the boat. Just looked so happy, man. I'm like, man,
Probably dealt
Call him a walk.
something, man. But yeah, man.
That's that biggest lake.
It says, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, while he's trying to,
Get fat.
yeah, while he's in the the process of chipping, because the Lord is going to allow this devil to chip to an extent. He's going to allow him to exercise.
That delusion.
Right.
Enterprises.
Yep. He's going to allow them to throw us, throw everybody in camps. They don't take it, cut them, kill them. Bro said it years ago, man. What fun is a war without a little resistance?
Yeah.
That's why you're gonna have. That's why everything's gonna be the way it is. That's why he's.
They said yes, they do. Yeah, there's
That's right.
My bad. Salaki. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, which is the thermonuclear missiles, all right? And the bow of steel shall strike him through. And you're going to have a mix of, like Russia, they're going to be the main two firing onto America, all right? But you're going to have American invasion. I said that right. Yeah, you're going to have other nations invading this place. It's going to be a whole chaos, man.
They already invaded.
Oh yeah. But it's all being set up. The stage is being set. While Esau thinks he has a control on this, which even the brother mentioned, they're getting tired of trying to keep it all up too. They're running around too, trying to stop this from happening. How is this happening? Then they're losing their power.
Gives you power over me.
He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his goals, and terrors are upon him.
Yeah, so there's no missile defense system that's going to stop.
Yeah.
The ICBMs, man. All those defenses that they take pride in. I was reading an article earlier that they allocated like another $9 billion through the NDAA for their military. But that's not going to stop what's coming through the thermonuclear fire.
But you got that chapter in Joel, the second chapter, lets you know the Lord is controlling those things.
Right. A lot of the cherries have been cited over nuclear facilities, shutting on and offline their nuclear capability. So if they want to, even if they want to press the button, the Lord can shut it down to where they'll be pressing it like nothing will happen. And meanwhile, the nukes is coming in.
The Lord is in control of everything.
Come. This backs it up. It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
Yep.
So
That's what's happening now.
God.
See, Esau's iniquity has to be revealed and proclaimed for the Lord to do something.
Yep.
This is the purpose of the scriptures telling us to cry out loud. All right, this is the purpose of crying and sighing.
You hear our complaint.
You know,
Giving no rest.
yeah, it's our complaint.
Yeah, we that betrothed damsel that's
It's
betrothed
crying
to the
out.
Lord.
A man is trying to grape us, and we have to cry out so we won't be faced with the judgment.
Yep.
Right. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 7. This is in the NLT. It says, "You said, I will reign forever as queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about the consequences."
Yeah, because every action has a reaction.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
It says, listen to this.
Every action has a reaction. Putting it's two scriptures. It's in Numbers 33 and 30, right, where it says the blood of him that sheddeth. And then you have Exodus 21 and 16. So get those two. Every action has a reaction. That's balance. Go ahead.
It says, listen to this.
No.
Slack it.
Every action has a reaction. The thing that Esau is doing is going to cause the Lord to do what he's supposed to do. And what's making it so powerful is that the Lord even issued him to do what he's doing. Go ahead.
The book of Exodus chapter 21. You want that first?
Yeah, it don't matter which one. Go ahead.
Book of Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16, and it reads, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand."
Right, so if you take a nation, all right, and when the Lord gets back, that nation is still in your palms. That word hand is yad in the Hebrew, which means power. So we're still under the power of Esau. Go ahead.
It says, "He shall surely be put to death."
So there you go. Somebody get Revelation, where he that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity.
I got number
This is
35.
Revelation 13 and 10, and it reads,
Go ahead.
he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's it. Every action has a reaction. All right? Everything that this devil has done and is doing, the Lord is going to repay him for all of that. So setting up the technocrats, setting up the man versus machine, singularity, transhumanism, New World Order, all those things that Esau is doing, the Lord is going to answer him for all of what he's doing. Answer him for all of those doings. All right?
I got a precept. I know the top of my head. The 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6 says, "It's the righteous thing to recompense tribulation on that trouble."
That's it. That's it.
I got that Numbers 35 and 33.
Go ahead.
It says, "So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it."
That's it. So that means the judgment is coming for Esau for everything that he's doing. All right, he ain't gonna escape. It may seem like, you know, when is the Lord gonna get him? All right, like damn, the world is going to shit. It's all these modes. And, his enterprise, like the enterprise is very clear now.
Yeah.
All right, those that's actually watching, we can see what this devil is doing. It ain't no secret no more. All right.
Open conspiracy. I got another one too.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11 in the NLT. It says, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. But even though a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear the Most High will be better off. The wicked will not prosper, for they do not fear the Most High. Their days will never grow long like the evening shadows.
See?
It's like a fugitive.
Huh.
A fugitive might prolong his days because he did the original crime, but now he probably even doing more crime to stay on the run, to stay hidden.
Yeah.
But eventually he gonna get caught. And that's what's happening now.
Because he making too much goddamn noise. If you're a criminal, you don't need to go to another town and do more fucking murders, nigga. You're leaving a trail. Esau is leaving a fucking trail of wickedness
Up to
that
the heavens.
all we're doing is tallying it up.
The iniquities reach into the heavens.
He's just tallying everything up.
This is Sirach 5:3. And say not, who shall control me from my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Yeah.
Job 20:5, it says, 24, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
See, the triumph. So look up triumph, Baruch Shah. And then hold on there, Isaiah 14. The triumphing of the wicked is short. So he has a certain time to boast. Every nation has that time. And somebody get that in Daniel. He sets one up. Was that 4:17?
Base of all men.
Yep. Go ahead, Aina.
It says, in the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
See, it's only the Lord gives you that time to scratch your balls, rub your belly, eat your steak, drink your wine, Everybody had that moment.
That the
Stretch out.
Yeah, stretched out.
Relax.
Walk around with your hands in your pants, comfortable,
Right.
So Esau had his moment of comfortability. He's been comfortable. He's been comfortable setting up his left-hand side prophecies. The World Trade Center. Right? He planned that shit out and it actually happened. The Boston bombings. All of the stage attacks. He actually set it up and planned it out and it took place. So he's been comfortable.
Yep.
Train derailments.
The world.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the bridge collapsed. Collapsing in was that Baltimore?
No,
Yeah.
Boston.
Boston.
Was it Boston? No,
It was not. It was Baltimore.
It was Baltimore. Yeah.
Maryland did, Maryland.
I got two definitions because I wanted to I remembered the definition of pride too. But a triumph means a great victory or achievement. Synonyms is a conquest.
Oh, so he's going to have a sense of victory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
A highly successful example of something, calling it a masterpiece. To achieve a victory or be successful, rejoice or exult at a victory or success. So that means to brag. So what I wanted to look at was the definition of pride, because when you look at that, it lines up with triumph. It says a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. The achievements of those with whom one is closely associated or from qualities of possession, to like it, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired.
Yeah, so it's like the highest form of vanity.
Yep.
Self-accomplishment.
Yep. So yeah, but Esau has a deep pleasure or a satisfaction from these achievements, and that's why he's so blinded by his pride,
Pride is that hard to deceive.
Which proves, the Lord is, he's fair. He gives you a sense of,
he says
like accomplished.
Let favor be shown to the wicked.
Yeah. Yes, really not.
That's it.
Right.
But the problem with Esau and his triumphing in pride is that he's triumphing in being, he's having joy over being wicked. That's the problem with it, though. He actually feels good. The elder Malcolm, man, he sent me the definition of the word person for the court. And when you look at the word person, that's why you never want to say that, like I appear. You got to say I special appear. Things like that.
Yeah, because it's like,
Because
it's a
That's
different
the
entity,
separation.
basically.
So you got to say it a certain way. But the word with person, literally, they consider you like a subject matter. But the definition of person literally means to the court of having no organisms, no heart, no bodily.
Corporation, basically.
You're nothing to them. They literally look at you like you're nothing. That's fucked up. So, but like that's how Esau is looking at everything. Like he
That's
actually.
crazy. You're in the highest court, and you like, you know what I'm saying? If you look at that's crazy.
I thought about that little character from what is it, Monsters Inc. The little girl.
Yeah.
Imagine that Esau looking at the little girl and kicking it like, yeah, I'm big and bad. Like that's exactly how this devil's been acting, man. He's proud because the scriptures say he acts like this against the poor. They're helpless.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
We had, like, I'm thinking about how Duke Jacobs got trusting in America and everything. And Esau's laughing. I'm like, yeah, we got you. But, I mean, really, like, what if you, battled us in a fair fight, honestly, like with the Lord on our side, Exactly. And then, exactly. I was just going to learn to say the bald eagle. That's hilarious, man.
Any precepts y'all got?
This book of Revelation, chapter 18, and I'll start at verse 4, and it reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, 'Come out of her, my people.'"
Right. Voice from heaven. The angel said, "Come out of her, my people." He was talking about Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, right? Get your mind state, out of this society. Don't follow the ways of this. Don't follow the ways of America, man.
That's going to be an actual calling. That's going to be the Trump. When you talking about Jeremiah 51:6. Yeah, this is going to be us being called out of this place. So it's going to be a shout, and we going to all hear it, and then we going to sin.
It says that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, the plagues go back to the 13th of the missiles. So, hey, what that missile saying? Read that part again.
It says, and I heard, so like Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Right, plagues goes, like I said, go back to the American apocalypse, which is that the thermonuclear fire, man. Because the Lord gonna destroy this place. That's the last trump.
That's a surety, man. That's a sureness.
So it's gonna happen. And this is the reason why the Lord raised the prophets up to warn. Okay, what's coming, what's gonna come. This the end all be all right here. So everything's gonna be eradicated.
The brother said the Lord is fair. So we gotta warn this place, let them know you're gonna be destroyed for what you did. You don't want to listen, that's up to you now. But we told you.
And it proves that even if you do get your sweetest desire, you do meet that, it's really vain. So the Lord is like, okay, go ahead, you can have it. So that's why it makes it more easier to sacrifice your life, because it's really nothing to the Lord. The scriptures say, talk about the pride of life. And so that's what Esau has at the highest extent, is the pride of life. So that's how you know, okay, well, the Lord don't really care about that. So that's why he'll allow you to have it. Allow you to have that victory.
Well, he gave everybody that false illusion of the pride of life.
Yeah.
He gave it to Esau, and then Esau mimicked it through the medium. It has many Edomites around this motherfucker with the pride of life.
Yep.
YOLO, do what thou will. You only live once. I control my own destiny.
Living my best life.
Yeah, living my best life.
Liberty.
You know?
I'm living my best life. And then the missiles come out.
You always gotta say shit. But that's true though. Because this place gonna get this place gonna turn into dust, man. Alright? Got some more on that?
Revelation 18:5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven."
Right, because the brother mentioned earlier about the track record. You know what I'm saying? All the wickedness and all the mayhem that Esau did to starting from the Native American Indians on down, man. Persecution.
They got a blood trail. Esau has a blood trail.
It says, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
So the Lord ain't forgot. So
And Esau said the Lord forgot.
Yeah.
In that last precept, he said he forgot. The Lord ain't forget.
And then
He turned his back. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, because the Lord said he required reaches past.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, another precept is say, what is it, 14:5? Job 14:5. He a bond that he cannot pass.
No, he said bond.
Somebody get that real quick.
I have one real quick too before.
Go ahead.
Psalms 10:11. It says, "He have said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten." Or no, that's not even it.
He said it's our there no God. That's exactly what he did.
No. Give me were not required. They give me the wrong one.
You should read verse 6 on that, Job.
I got it.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
This is Job 14:5. It says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Yep.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass."
See, God has pointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So if there's a limit where the Lord would allow any ruler to rule. There's a limit. All right? And when that time is up, then that time is up.
Yep.
Every empire has had a time to shine. Every kingdom has had a time to shine. And to do what thou wilt, to do whatever they wanted to do. This is that last empire. This is the last time for any of the nations to do anything now.
It was also like a way to see if, like, to show if any of these nations could direct and rule righteous, you know, but they couldn't, because you have that in Wisdom of Solomon 6th chapter. It says, seeing that they are ministers, they have not ministered aright. You know, so every nation had their chances proved and show, like, can you really do what I need you to do? Or like, no, but Esau is the last one to rule. Definitely can.
You imagine Esau in his chamber listening to Tupac saying, "Mama told me not to stop until I bust a nut."
Hey,
Against the world.
hey, Salak, you got some more?
Yeah, verse 6.
I got something for you.
Verse 6, it says, "Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day."
Perfect. So he's a hireling, and the Lord is using him
Like a stand-in.
for a purpose. So this devil, just like everything has a purpose under the sun, this devil has a purpose.
Yep.
And he also has, you know, it's going to come to the point where he's not needed anymore.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, his job was to take peace from the earth.
Yep. Perfect.
His job was to be the sword. That's it. He was to be the sword, and he was a perfect sword.
And then also his job is to show the power of the Lord too, to make his name known throughout the earth. When you read in Romans the 9th chapter, for this purpose have I raised thee up, that I may show my power in you, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. You know, so he serves a purpose. You know?
Yeah, that's a great deal of humility from the Lord. You know, having all that power, but not really showing it, like hiding himself. So that's a great deal of humility coming from the Lord. But he using Esau just so he can show it. Like he created the ultimate wicked, so eventually he'll be able to show you how much power that he has.
He gonna show it like that before. You know, he's gonna bring the whole host to heaven. You know,
What it said,
You
scripture said,
get Romans 9.
he gonna shake. It said the world,
You want to start?
the mountains gonna tremble, the earth gonna shake
Speaks
at his
about
presence.
Pharaoh. What is it? Romans 9 and
Like 18.
10, 18. What is it? All right, go get it.
17.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 17. And it reads, For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee.
So it was the Lord's purpose.
That's right. And that
Go ahead.
and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
See that? And now it's dealing with now when you go back into Egypt, the Lord raised up Pharaoh. It said that the Lord hardened
His heart.
He didn't harden it on his own. Remember, Pharaoh wanted to give the Israelites back. You know? He said shit was getting fucked up. He didn't know, take your people.
He did, yeah.
He said, take your people. But then it said the Lord hardened his heart. And then he said, go get their ass. You see?
Imagine that.
The Lord was playing with his mind.
Yeah.
The Lord was literally playing with Pharaoh's mind. He wanted to give him up. And the Lord hardened his heart.
What does the scripture say? The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord.
That's it.
That's scary, man. That's scary.
You have no control. Ain't no such thing as no fucking free will.
Right.
You ain't got no control over what the Lord will do.
Say not Lord control.
So Second Ezra tell you when the Lord return, they're gonna be afraid, but yet there's fight.
Yeah,
They're
there's
gonna
fight.
put the
Still
spirit
fighting.
on them. Don't harden their heart to be like, all right.
So Esau's really fighting for something that's unattainable.
Right.
Verse 18, Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he hardeneth. It says, Thou That was verse 19. Thou wilt say unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will?
See, boom, right there. Who has resisted his will? Read it over.
Verse 9, Romans 9 and 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault with who hath resisted his will? It says, verse 20, nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High?
See, who are there that replies against the Most High? You can't do nothing against
Who can
this.
deliver out of the hands of the Lord? That's it's like,
Go ahead.
So yeah, so everything is being done according to the Lord's will, even like all the wicked, allowing all the wickedness to take place.
verse 20, nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say unto him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Right. You just a motherfucking utensil. You can't ask him why. You can't question the Lord on why he made you this way. He made you that way. Go ahead.
Hath not the potter power over the clay?
See, the potter has power over the clay, meaning he can mold and shape you to the wicked or to the righteous.
Remember,
Go ahead.
What is it? The parable with Lazarus and the poor man, or no, Lazarus and the rich man. It's like the poor man and the rich man. When Esau got caught up, eventually, basically,
Yeah.
you get the understanding. But the Lord replied and said, didst thou not enjoy all these things?
Yep.
So
Yeah, so
he enjoyed being how he was made, but then he didn't complain about it being.
well, that and bring me to the Jacob and Esau when Esau ate that pot.
Lazarus
that
and the rich
red
man.
pot.
It was set up that way. Go ahead.
Back in verse 21, hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
Yep. So the Lord molded the spirits to where he wanted it to, where he liked it the best.
Verse 22, whether the Most High willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
Yep. And it's talking about the Edomites.
Yeah, so he suffered them longer than we could ever suffer them. He suffered them from the beginning.
Yep. That was that seed, that wicked seed that was planted.
That's right.
That's what Adam was. What Ezra was explained about that wicked seed. Was it Ezra?
Second Ezra 4.
It was right about the wicked being planted.
Yeah, that's 4 and like 28.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Second Ezra 4 and 28.
Oh man,
Yes,
Yeah, so he suffered them from the beginning. The serpent in the garden.
I got some real
Go
quick.
ahead.
This is Daniel 4:17. He say this is by. He say this matter is by decree of the watchers,
Right.
and demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Good. So the prophets, we know that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. We understand that the Lord is controlling all of this. He said, Isaiah 13, he mustered up the host of the battle. So the Lord gets them roused up in their spirits to go to war, to go fight, to create the atomic bomb, to split the atom, to create the nuclear missile.
Right. That's why the Lord said,
I created the smith who blows the coal in the fire.
the Lord's a man of war.
So the Lord is really in control of all of this, man.
This says, and giveth.
Even the destruction, Now people say, these Christians, well, the Lord isn't going to destroy America with thermonuclear missiles. Well, when you go into Revelation 17, he said that it was his purpose.
Yeah.
That he purposed. It was his purpose that he purposed.
That's right.
Because he's the director. He wrote the script. We just, everybody's actors in it.
Yep.
Like they said, the word is a stage. So like they say in the word is a stage, and we are all actors in it.
Yep.
That's actually true.
It says, and giveth it to whomsoever he will,
Yeah.
and set it up over it the basis of love.
Yeah, see, what Vocab Malone don't understand is that the Lord allowed the so-called white man with Esau Edom to reign. And what he don't get is that the Israelites was destined to wake up. See, Vocab, he don't understand that we are the true Israelites. And it was a destiny for us to wake up, all right, and take control of the earth. as it was promised to us. Right? See, they don't understand what the scripture is talking about. All right? Go ahead.
It says, "This dream I, King Nebuchadnezzar, have seen. Now thou, O Belteshazzar, declare the interpretation thereof. For so much as all the wise men of my kingdom,
Somebody get a 2 Ezra 6.
wise men of my kingdom are not able to make known unto the interpretation, but thou art able, for the spirit of the holy gods is in thee." Well, that's the main point is 17, because the Lord set up, different kingdoms, for different nations to rule. So every nation has their turn. And then what tripped out that Moab think they're gonna rule forever. So ass out. So it's Jeremiah 49 tells you that.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna- right.
the BRICS nation think they
You want to start that as well?
Right now.
and they literally planning a 100, 200-year legacy.
Where do you want to start? 6.
Start from
Verse 6.
Start from verse 1.
Okay. This is Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 1. "And he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, and or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot."
This is before the creation.
God.
All this is before the creation.
"And ere the present years was sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other." Man.
Yeah, that's funny because Esau think like he gonna put an end to, he's gonna stop everything, And the Lord said, "No, you can't. Nobody else can end it but me. I started.
Well,
I started this part."
as I always say with William C. Langford, man. William C. Langford made this quote. He said that no other race could have added to the government system. He said, but he said the Negro will not help make it better in the future. I believe that when this planet was created, the Almighty personally turned it over to the whites. So, yeah, man. So now it's Esau's decision to end it and not, or keep it.
Yeah.
It says, "By me also they shall be ended, and by none other." Yeah. Well, like with the I have become deaf. Yeah, Then answered I and said, "What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" And he said unto me, so basically Ezra was like, "Well, when are you going to end, this certain,
This world.
Yep. Yeah, yep.
And because it's alluding to the everlasting kingdom, which was always something that the Lord has always revealed to his prophets.
I was going to say, all the prophets,
Yeah, they knew about it.
Yep, the Apostle Tahar and Apostle Kabar were on their live as I was driving here. They mentioned that all the prophets knew that there was another place that was to come, a full rest. There was a different place that was going to be ruled in, and that this was just temporary.
That's why all the prophets were saying, "How long? How long? How long?"
Yep.
Habakkuk, how long?
Well, you read in Psalm 94, David said, "How long, O Lord, shall the wicked triumph?" So,
now, Yahushua breathed upon the disciples. It said then they began to understand the scriptures.
Yeah.
Now remember in Acts 1, after he sat with them for 40 days and 40 40 days, right?
Yep.
He sat with them for 40 days. So then he gave them the full understanding. So after he gave them the full understanding of what was to happen, that's why they asked him in Acts 1, now is the time to restore the kingdom unto Israel.
Right.
Because they began to understand the prophecies.
Because the ultimate the end goal is to establish an everlasting kingdom
through Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Through his sacrifice was to bring us back to Yahweh. So since they fully didn't understand it still.
Right.
You know, that's why they asked, is it now the time? Because he broke it down to them. You know,
which is beautiful because it just proves that this world it was always intended for the righteous kingdom.
Yeah.
Can we continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And even at that, that's giving a past account.
It's giving you a timestamp.
Yeah,
so it's a.
We had this up before this.
Yeah.
It says the hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. So that is giving you a particular time where the shift's supposed to happen. You know, Esau is the end of the world, and this is what we're talking about. The 2 Thessalonians. I know you remember you called it out earlier.
Yeah.
The 2 Thessalonians. This is the time that he's supposed to be revealed. So this is very important.
Yep.
Because this is a shift in this world that's leading to the different age. My bad.
Yep. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So, which is always the intent. The Lord was always going to establish his righteous, holy, everlasting kingdom. You know. So, and this is a for sure, always was a for sure thing. You know. Like a lot of people think it's fairy tale. Well, the world we're living in is pseudo. It's fairy tale.
Yep.
Yeah.
The actual world that we live in is fairy tale.
Yeah, it's not really reality.
The kingdom of heaven. This is the reality that's supposed to be upon earth. But we have to endure all the peril, according to 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter.
When you read down to verse 20, it says that when the world that shall begin to vanish away, it ain't even a real. This is
not. Yeah, it's vanished like a dream.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah. Yep. Let me go back up. It said, but again, for Esau is the end of the world.
Well, it makes sense, Salaki, because the scriptures say the Lord created man to be immortal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the purpose for the Lord creating man was to live upon this earth everlasting. That was the intent.
Yeah,
you know?
he said it was not that man should come to God.
Yeah, exactly.
Their being.
This is Isaiah 46:10. This is declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
See, in order for you to even be saying that, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like I always intended to establish this from the beginning. You know.
Yep.
I was going to say, actually, that was the precept I had, but if you start at 9, it says, remember the former things are old, for I am the most high, and there is none else.
Yeah, see?
There is none else.
So he's continuing to establish
his authority.
His deity, his authority, his power.
Yep. Anybody else? I was done on the second interest. Unless you wanted to make a point.
Where you at?
Well, I finished that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it.
Okay, go to I'm looking for hold on, because you said it was always known for Jacob to get the kingdom.
Was that 1 Corinthians 13:12? How we know in part?
No. Hold on. Go to a new heaven and a new earth.
Was that Isaiah?
Second Peter.
It's in 2 Peter, but
There's one,
it's one in Isaiah too.
Yeah.
Isaiah 66 is where it said. But there's another one in 2 Peter.
Oh, okay.
Isaiah 65.
Yeah, go ahead, get it.
Isaiah 65.
This is 2 Peter 3.
12?
Yeah, we'll start at
Hold on
12.
1 second. Let me read this real quick. This is Isaiah 49 and 5. It says, "And now saith the Lord Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, and my power shall be my strength. And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel." This is what they was asking. This is what the prophets was asking. Now is it time to restore the kingdom unto Israel. "I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the ends of the earth."
The Gentiles is like foreigners.
Yep.
The Israelites are scattered.
"Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to us servant rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of the Lord Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in the day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee and and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritage."
Well, that's what's happening now on the level. Like, we got this truth so that we can pretty much, bring Jake into that salvation. It's like, can you read that again now? About Sean?
Verse 8. "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in the day of salvation have I helped thee.
Right.
And I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people."
Yeah, so the elect is going to be preserved, of course, right? So that, because the Lord is going to bring us into that covenant by salvation, So, and then our salvation consists of us being taken up in those ships, and America being destroyed. So, and then that's when we enter into that new covenant. It ain't happening now because it's all a process. You know what I'm saying? You can't jump the process, which Jake ignorantly is doing, because they don't have no clue what they're talking about. It's just through envy they trying to come against the true doctrine, because really they outside, they on the outside looking in. But
Yeah, they say to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, Go forth. To them that are in darkness, shew yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them. Even by the springs of waters shall he guide them.
Yep.
And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted.
Yep. See, so the Lord is we're going to inherit those desolate places, because when the judgment is that Israel is going to be destroyed, all right, and the Lord is setting us up to inherit all of that back, and then gather the rest of the scattered. Okay, but the elect has to be saved from Babylon first.
Yep.
You know,
and all of the good stuff comes into play.
Yep.
So somebody get Peter now. If we can, if anybody got we can end it.
Okay, I got it.
This 2 Peter 3, and we'll start at 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. And that's talking about thermonuclear missiles. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Yep.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be?
What's going to be dissolved? Everything that's going to be on ground zero in America. All right, that's what's going to be dissolved. Go ahead.
It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yep. What manner of conversation? What manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Meaning, putting forth the works. All right, doing the act to get you delivered. All right. Paul said, "I show you my faith by my works." All right. So the works that we're doing is going to get us delivered. Go ahead.
It says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the...
Hold on, read that again.
This back in 2 Peter 3 and 12. It says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord.
So we looking forward. We're looking forward what to what is known as the second coming, as the Christian church says. The second coming of the Lord. Looking for and hasting. How are we hasting? Meaning we're doing this work. We're on the highways and byways. We're hastening for the Lord to come. So we're out there teaching more and more and more and more, uploading videos, prophesying more and more and more, because it's basically likened into like speaking things into existence.
Yeah.
You know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. We're speaking on Yahweh Shai's return, and that's what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Really quick. This is
It's manifest.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel 37:12. It says, "Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus said the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves," just like he's talking about, basically giving life unto the dead, "and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel." So that's like a whole process. So we're being brought up out of the graves because the grave represents a fallen state.
Yeah.
You know, a falling. When you look it up, it's a falling. So the Lord, the process is Him raising us up with this word, and then eventually, a part of the process is us, receiving that inheritance, but by way of salvation, we got to be saved first.
The foolishness of Christians,
Yep.
that believe.
And then brought into that new covenant.
I got something.
Go ahead.
This is talking about, like Enoch, what was it, Abel, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Patriarchs.
About having their faith, but why they had that faith. Hebrews 11 and 13, it says, "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off."
So they were visionaries.
Yep.
They seen it afar off. They believed in it. They didn't see it. It didn't happen in their time, but they seen it afar off. That's why they moved with
Fear.
They moved with fear. Conviction. Yeah.
What's that? And were persuaded of them. Oh yeah, no, it says right after. But having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them. I know there's one account.
They believed, just like Noah. Noah believed that the flood would come.
Yep. Where's that one where it says that? I think it was about Yahweh Shai, but that he staggered not at the promise. Was it Yahweh Shai? Y'all know what I'm talking about? He staggered not towards the promise. Or is that Abraham? You know what? It might be in the same chapter. Yeah, it might be. I'll keep on reading.
Romans 4:20.
Okay.
Staggered not at the promise of the Most High through unbelief, but was strong in faith, giving glory to the Most High.
There you go. The water. But it says, but these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and embraced them. You gotta. What is that one where it says that the Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him?
So this thing is real. What we're talking about is real because these men, they had such a conviction that they just believe unto death, man. Well, the Lord said, He will bring you back in the regeneration.
That's the strongest
So they
faith.
believe that.
Well, the Lord was bringing them angels.
Yeah.
Angels was coming to them and all type of things. They was being told. Bro, it's powerful because the patriarchs was told what was going to happen.
You're right.
You're finna have a son. You're gonna name him Isaac. Isaac is where the seed is gonna be born.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Isaac. When you have a son, guess what? You're gonna have Jacob and Esau. Jacob is where the seed is gonna be called, and it's gonna go on down from there.
Right.
They was told on what was gonna happen, and they believed it.
Right. Right.
They believed it immediately.
That's the faith.
Through faith, exactly. They believed it through faith. Everybody, all of them was told. You know, they were told. Noah was told what was going to take place. He moved with fear and faith. Abraham was told that his seed was going to be as the stars of the heaven, and he believed it.
It's all right here.
You know, go ahead.
It's all right there above, but but it says, and they were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country, and truly that they have been mindful of that country from whence they came out. They might have had opportunity to have returned, but now they desire a better country that is an heavenly. Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power, for he had prepared for them a city. Go. But it's all about that faith and believing in what they were told.
Faith.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I mean, anything, any entity or anything, or anyone that's coming against these promises, well, like vocab alone, y'all, yeah, because it ain't nothing y'all can do. Y'all can shame us, y'all can try to shame us, y'all can persecute us, y'all can do all whatever the hell you want.
It said, Salaki.
No, you got
I said it out loud. But it said right here, Hebrews 11:39. It said, and these, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, but the Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. But we believe in something better, and all the prophets, they all believe in the same thing. They believed, but they also knew because they were told. But they knew that there was something else awaiting for us in the end. Ezra said it in, what is that, 2nd Ezra 6 or 7, where it said that the world was made for us. So all these things that were told to us to give us or to uplift us better, to have more confidence, be more sure, not have any doubt. Like, man, I got something waiting for you, man. I promise.
That's why Paul was on the heavy. He was on the high level, because that's the reason why he broke down. One day is 1,000 years to the Lord, because he understood that our lifetime is going to seem like it's going to take forever, but the Lord's time is on a different level. So we're at the mercy and the sufferings of we got to suffer. Paul understood that. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 20, verse 28. It says, and Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my power. Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed.
That's it. And that's the elect.
Yeah.
Yep. And then go back to
You want to read up?
no, go back to Peter. That's it. Go back to Peter.
This is back in 2 Peter 3. I'm going to start in 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High. Where,
That's your conduct. So it's a certain conduct you're supposed to portray or be in, a certain mindset that you're supposed to be in at the coming of our Lord. So this ain't no fly-by night. Do it any way no, it's instruction behind it.
just back in 2 Peter 3 and 12, it says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the Most High, unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved.
Right, looking forward and hastening. It's all about looking forward. That's the point.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Because this is for sure going to come to pass.
Gotta
We
believe
can
it.
see. Yeah. We see everything coming together. It's now, at this point, it's undeniable. You can't even
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you can't really even deny it.
Con, it says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace.
Yep.
See?
Slaki, let me, I skipped 13, Slaki. This is back in 2 Peter 3 and 13. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, where dwelleth righteousness.
That's the point right there. Look for a new heaven and a new earth. All right? Looking for a new heaven and a new earth, meaning we got to believe that there's something better than where we're at now. Look for a new heaven and a new earth, where dwelleth righteousness. Go ahead.
He told Isaiah 65 and 17, behold, a new heavens and a new earth, and the old shall pass away, and something that will be. Yes.
Go ahead, Al.
Come. It said, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, being diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blame.
That's it, without spot and blameless.
So that's
I mean,
why
you got to teach the correct doctrine. You got to teach the true things that's coming out of the Bible, the true prophecies, without spot and blameless. All
and
right.
that's why we set up to reprove and to rebuke and to correct, so that we would be found.
You have to teach of the destruction.
Yeah.
You got to teach of the destruction right there. Read that again.
Come. It says, verse 14, it says, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things.
Wherefore, beloved, what? The tabernacle of David. All
That's
right.
why David his name is beloved.
Yep. Wherefore, beloved. See, read it again.
Come. He said, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things,
Right.
being diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace.
See? So before that, it was speaking about the destruction. So you got to believe that the destruction is happening. You got to prophesy about the destruction. If you are an Israelite, you're not speaking about the destruction, you're not a man of the Lord. You got to talk about the destruction. You got to actually believe that that's going to happen. That's why it says being diligent. Go ahead.
It says, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace,
Go ahead.
without spot and blameless.
Without spot and blameless. Go ahead.
And account that the long suffering of our Lord, Yahweh Shemah is salvation.
That's it.
Even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you.
That's it. So with that, Lord willing, us edifying, we'd like to give all pouring out and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
Rabbi Honesty Apostle Greg Millstone, he salutation the hopeful elect, preaching the word of truth, sincerity, through the four corners of the earth, above the ball.
Abba Baba.